Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Calling your attention, as always, to Tarpley.net, Tarpley.net. Keep up with all of this at Tarpley.net. In particular, what you'll find there is a call from last week to Congress. It was a form letter you could write to Congress to protest. Protest the stuff about the tax cuts for the rich. Protest the lowering of the estate tax for super rich parasites. But mainly, the thing that really hurts is not what they give to rich rent seekers, because that's normal. That's what always goes on. But it's now the question of gouging, looting, and stripping the people on Social Security pensions, because that's the heart of this thing. That's the most sinister aspect of it by far, the worst. You cut 2% out of the Social Security payroll tax on the side of the worker. Now, what it means then is, in a year, that will come up again. And the reactionaries, of course, will be there saying, we're against any tax increase, and if you let this lapse, that will be a tax increase. We're against it. So they're going to say we demand a permanent lowering of 2% in the Social Security payroll tax. This comes at a time when these same reactionaries have been screaming, Social Security is approaching insolvency. Social Security is going bankrupt. We've got to do something about it. So the answer then is, they then, with Obama's active leadership, complicity, support, is they say, let's address the Social Security problem by taking money out of it. Now, this means that next year, when the reactionaries will be more numerous and they will be in the manic mode, right? They'll be in the manic phase of the reactionary manic depressive cycle. They will then be looking around for things to gouge and cut, and Social Security will be high on the list, and they'll say, let's finally get back to that proposal by Mad Dog Bush the Younger from 2005, and let's privatize Social Security, meaning that overwhelmingly, the benefits go down, the eligibility age goes up, you have to be older to get it, and more of the money is siphoned off automatically in commissions to Wall Street jackals, stock jobbers, and other vested interests. And, of course, if the stock market then crashes, if you have some kind of a deflationary crash or just a normal panic cycle, and you happen to be retiring then, too bad for you. You would think that after the flash crash of May 6th of 2010, when the Dow lost 1,000 points in 10 minutes, nobody in his right mind would say that retirement money, savings, should be invested in the stock market. I mean, first of all, savings and investment are two different things. Savings used to mean a bank account, hopefully FDIC insured. Investment is already much riskier, but now this distinction has been completely lost. Savings means a mutual fund, and that's not the same thing, as people will eventually find out, as many already have. So what we can see coming for next year with the reactionary ascendancy in the House is that the obvious compromise is for Wall Street puppet Obama, under the influence of Peter Peterson and the Peterson Foundation and this whole Peterson complex of anti-Roosevelt, anti-entitlement, anti-Medicare, anti-Social Security forces, the Wall Street puppet Obama will obviously gravitate towards a compromise at the expense of the American people with the reactionary Republicans and their extremist Tea Party wing, saying, well, why don't we agree that we've got to gouge more out of Social Security, and of course next year you can look for them to continue their attack on unemployment benefits. That's maybe the other thing that's wrong with this is what is not in here on the unemployment front. There is an extension of the normal unemployment benefits. Now, these are also a feature of the Social Security Act of 1935. The thing that the Republicans have been hating for these past 75 years. The unemployment benefits are extended for 13 months. Hey, tax cuts for the rich, 24 months, unemployment benefits, 13 months, and the tax cuts for the rich, of course, cost a whole lot more and impact far fewer people. Maybe 6,000 people are estimated to be the beneficiaries on this estate tax side, where the rates have been lowered, and the deductible, the amount that's not taxed has been raised. The story, therefore, is that the unemployment benefits have been extended for 13 months. There's absolutely nothing for the 99ers. They're not even mentioned. They don't exist for Obama. They're off the screen. And the 99ers are the fastest growing group among the unemployed, right? The people who have been employed for 99 weeks plus and who have no benefits. The Republican line is those people should be destitute. They have to be destitute. We want them destitute. We will not be taxed. Our rich friends will not be taxed to pay for that, those unemployment benefits. So it's a very meager, wretched, limited largesse for the unemployed, 13 months worth, as long as you haven't passed over the 99-week mark yourself. So on the whole, this is a rotten, suicidal deal. And you look at it from the point of view of politics, to the extent that you touch the third rail of American politics, there is still an argument that Franklin D. Roosevelt in death is more powerful than these wretched traitor politicians like Obama or indeed McConnell. The Republicans, again, it's constant. That has never changed. But in the case of the Democrats, that they periodically take the lead in demolishing and destroying the heritage of Franklin D. Roosevelt and the New Deal is an abominable sign of the decadence and decay of this party. There was just some small electrocardiogram quivering in the corpse with the rebellion in the House against this monstrosity, but it hasn't really amounted to much. And you can see that the Pelosi leadership worked hard to give Obama what he wanted. So the whole thing about Pelosi entering into some kind of a feud with Obama, this hasn't happened. This would have been the time to do it. She didn't do it, and that goes for the rest of them. That goes for Clyburn, Van Hollen, and all the rest. So is the Democratic Party now clinically dead? Well, we'll soon find out. If we don't see within the next 3 or 4 months somebody coming forward to challenge Obama in the Democratic primaries, I guess the Democratic Party is dead. In any case, anybody with any brains is not building anything on the Democratic Party, but rather on, at most, using their primaries as the only way to get somewhere in terms of agitation, political education, and political activity overall. So the other thing, of course, is that Obama is obviously extending the Afghan war into 2014, another 3 years of war behind the backs of the left libs. Back in a minute.